Hi Tribe! For those of you who are returning subscribers, thanks for coming back. And for those of you who are just stopping by for the first time, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you checked out my video and my channel, and I hope that you find something that you enjoy here, from what I discuss to what I show and share. I hope you can maybe get some inspiration or some encouragement, because that's what I do. This is the therapy of planning. Okay, Tribe. So, the question I have for you today is, what do you do with all the planners that you have and that you love, but that you don't use? You just don't have a reason to use them. Or do you frustrate yourself by trying to use them just because you love them? Okay, so I definitely came to the conclusion that I cannot make myself use them, in the sense of make up a reason to use them or to write plans multiple times. Although there's nothing wrong with writing plans multiple times, and I also have seen things or seen channels, I guess, where people use multiple planners just in fun, like it's part of their creative outlet. Like, decorative planning by itself is a natural creative outlet, but people also just like to play around with the planners and try different things, and they look at it as a hobby, and so they don't mind, if they spend some money and stuff is not always in constant use, but they'll switch back and forth, they'll try to see how things work, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a hobby. It's something that brings them joy and is a way for them to create. So that's great. That is one way that you can use multiple planners, even though they're not in practical use all the time. So I have a few, and for me, I just love them and I hold on to them, because I did discover I have no problem redating something. So say something comes up or something changes, and I decided, oh, I need something to jot this information down or to write appointments in. So something like that happened for me as I am building my business, Optimal Organization Consulting. I am a certified life coach. I'm qualified to provide mental health care. And so as I start this business, and I'm slowly over the next few years going to be transitioning from that being my 5 to 9, my part-time, to my full-time 9 to 5. And so as I work on building that, I realize that as I have appointments with people, that I want something that does actually have a timeline that I can put those appointments down in. And so I found this old, this is the, oh Lord, it's escaping me, the Wonderland 222 planner. And I love the planner. This cover feels great. I'm not like a really super green person, but it's a pretty green, besides the fact that I always put my planners in a cover, and sometimes I'll just use paper and put it inside the plastic cover, and I'll show you something what I mean when I open up some of my other planners, but I would cover it anyway. But I found this, and I like that it has the timelines. And one thing I think that's popular about the Wonderland 222 is the fact that the columns are wider in comparison to the Hobonichi, which I love the Hobonichi, but the columns are wider because they double stack the weekends, and so that gives more space. And so in something that I probably will do Monday through Friday, it's great to just have a wider space to write, and to have the timelines a good time from 7 to 7. And I might do 1 or 2 appointments here, because some people will have more time on the weekend, but I can just put a sticker here or just write the time in. And so I think that I'll be redating this as I begin to take on more clients. So I did find a way to use this, and that's why I like to just keep things around. Like I used to at first get like frustrated because I was trying to, you know, actually use this, like switch from something else to using this, and then when that didn't work out, then I just had this, and I was like, oh, I'm just spending so much money ordering so many different planners or trying so many different things, getting excited about it, and then it doesn't work the way I wanted it to work. So I used to get frustrated like that, but now I realize I love planners. It is a hobby as well as something that functions for me and helps me to get myself together. That's why this is the therapy of planning, because planning is therapeutic in the sense that you write down all the things that you have in your head so that they're not just overwhelming you. You can just lay them out, see the lay of the land, know what you're dealing with, and move from there. And that really helps to reduce stress. And then it also can be a creative outlet if you like to decoratively plan. That gives you an opportunity to just sit still for a while with you and your planners and just create. And for me, it just brings me joy. So I love to do that. And I am not, like I said, frustrating myself with the fact that I have all these planners and I can't always use them, because like you see, I was able to go back and pull this out, and now I will redate it. And then of course, if it works for a length of time, then I'll order it for the next year. But for the rest of this year, I will use this, and then that also will help me know if I want to order this particular planner again next year. Okay, so that's that. I have this classic skinny happy planner, which is also from last year. I love this because I just love how it feels in my hand. It's not too big, like to carry around, and I love the monthly, and just having, I love that grid. I love having that space there. I love being able to see the month like that at a glance. So I love the way this works. But I thought I could use it. This is specifically for maybe scripture writing, and I could use it for that. And I even discovered that if I wrote the scripture or the verse of the day here, I can insert, I don't think I have any in here, but I could insert just plain dot grid paper, like something like how this is, and I can use that to write prayers out, because typically each day I read the scripture, I read a devotional, and then I write. I write, you know, my thoughts about what I read, or I write prayers. I write just like a letter to God. I just write, and so each day I use a page for that. And I figured that I could make this work by adding paper here in between the week, or at the end of the month, doesn't, whichever. But because I fell in love with what I currently use, I didn't end up using this, but I still love it. I just keep it around because I can very easily redate it. Okay, so if there comes an opportunity that I can use this, then I have it here. Okay, so that's another one. Now I have one more older one. Well, actually, it's not old. This is current. This is the current year. This is the Take a Note planner. Oops, upside down. I love this planner, and you can see I started out using it. It decorated the month, January, and I always make a little bit of change to it. Like here, I just used it. I used the weekly overview the way that it is meant to be used, but then I changed, this was Monday, but I changed this to my to-do list, and then I redated it, because on the weekend I don't really need the full Saturday and Sunday, because this was going to be, I was using this for work. So I don't work on the weekends, for the 9 to 5 anyway. I don't work on the weekends. Then I decided maybe I'll put next week here, I'll put a weekly, and then I'll make this my to-do list, and just redate, or keep this, I guess keep this as Monday. So I played around with this a lot. Still really love this planner. It does have the timelines, right? And it has the weekly overview. Like I said, I do have to manipulate it a little bit to put my to-do list. I could even use this whole page for the weekend if I wanted to, and leave this Monday through Friday. There's so many different ways that I could use it. Get a little bit of glare from the light. Sorry, let me see if I can fix that. Okay, I think that's good. And I still love it, but I discovered that I was really excited about using my half letter again, and so I went back to that for work. But in the meantime, this is still a good planner, and I'm just holding on to it and seeing if anything else pops up in a year that I might need it for. So I've held on to that. Now these two planners also are current. One is undated and one is dated, and it's newer, and these are both Sterling ink. I've got this B6 in this beautiful cover by Gillio that I always wanted. I love the leather. Oh, it feels so great, and it's such a beautiful color. But I found that I haven't really vibed with this planner. I said it again, this was going to be for personal use. So I was using to take a note for work, and I was using this for personal, and I figured it would work because I didn't really need as much space as I really thought that I needed for personal. So I felt like, okay, I'll just use this. And I love the way the weekly is, even though it's a little narrow for me, but still I found by using boxes I can kind of overcome that. And then I came back here and I split the page for the week. I have to do my to-do. I am a lister. And then I was going to do like a half a page for each day. Then I thought about doing rolling, daily logging. But somehow I just didn't totally vibe with this planner. No, I can't say I don't vibe with the planner, but for my personal use, I was missing my Stylogy. I guess that's the best way to put it. Even when I look at this now, I still love this. I still think it could work for a personal planner. As a matter of fact, I am trying to make a decision today about what to carry with me when I travel, which I'll get to that in a few minutes. And so I'm having a thought about this. So let me put this over here to the side. And so when I talk about A5, here is the A5 Common Planner from Sterling Ink, and it is undated. And so I was loving the idea of this because, look at that, nice, clean page. Unlike the Hobonichi, which I currently use for my prayer journal, there's nothing at the bottom of these pages. There's nothing being taken away from the writing space. The grid size is different. The paper is heavier than the Hobonichi, but I still love this. I can date it. And it's good because I change. You'll see when I show you the Hobonichi that I use for prayer journaling, I change the layout of this a lot anyway. So I just love the fact that it is neutral and there's no writing in it. Okay, and then there's the monthly. The lines are a little bit fine, but once I get in and set up the month, then it could work. So this will probably get used when July comes in a few weeks. It's a couple weeks, because it will be time to, I have the Avec. So I'll be done with the Hobonichi from January to June, and I would be pulling out the other half, but I'm thinking that I probably will use this instead of the other half. And another thought that I had of what I could do with that other half is something that I've seen done before between Martin Made TV and Monique Smith. Both of them have taken a Hobonichi, cut it down to standard size. I happen to love standard size. Traveler's Notebook has a special place in my heart, although I'm not currently using it for work or personal. I have been using something for, I have been using it for my journal and my wellness, which I'll talk about in a minute. But this was something that I was initially, when I did this, I was going to use this for work, and I did like the way it looked. This was a monthly that I set up. What you do is, just because you're losing like Sunday basically, I just split Saturday and Sunday for here, and that was fine with me because this was for work. Don't work Saturday and Sunday. And so I love this. I love the portability of it. I'm trying to see if there's, I love, like I said, set it up here. I love the way that looks. I set it up here for the week, and then I just did this because I was trying to find a clean page. I was going to set this up again, and then in the back I was just using each page for daily, and like the Sunday I would use for my to-do, and then you see Monday I would just, redate each day. So I really do love this as well. But I went back to the half letter for work, so this was not going to be something that I could use. But again, I'm going to talk about in a minute what to do when you're traveling, because I do travel for work. But a good amount of time, not like some people that are hopping on a plane every week, but I do travel at least maybe once every other month, I would say, somewhere in there. And so there's times that I'm away from my planner, because I'm going to show you them in a minute, and they are a little bit big and I don't typically carry them. So this also is an idea of something that I could carry with me when I'm traveling. So I'm going to put that to the side. And those are all the ones I have. Well, there's probably some other things around here, like a classic size I tried classic size in vertical, horizontal, dashboard. So those inserts are around. Found that classic wasn't my most favorite size when it came to this. When it comes to this, my favorite size is this half letter. To me, it's just the right size. The classic is a little bit bigger to carry around with you, although it's good, like if you're keeping it on your desk, then it's a good size too, because it's not as cumbersome as the big. But I love this half letter to be able to carry with me. Okay, so this is a beautiful boutique cover. Shout out to VJ. Love her company, love her products. And then this is what I use for work. I've shown this before. This is a Jane's Agenda cover. I had a Jane's Agenda subscription. And I have lots of inserts from her company. And this one is from, I don't know if that's from, I think this is from Live Love Posh. I'm sorry if I'm calling it wrong, but this is my half letter for work, and I use these cloth and paper inserts for the week, and I have these Jane's Agenda inserts in the back for the monthly, and I love that they are separate. They are not, back to back on anything. They are independent of each other and of the weekly, and I can put them all together at the back. So that's what I have. I was kind of considering now taking out the months that have passed. but I love having the whole month here because I'm often having to future plan as I find out about different meetings and different things that I have to do. So I love that. Okay, so that is my half letter for work. That's working great. I have tucked here this little well, it says it's A5, but it might be a little bit smaller, dot grid notebook that I just use for narrative stuff. If I need to write down about an incident that happened or something that happened on a particular day in a more narrative format, then I have that in here for that. Okay. That's work. Then, excuse me, I have my Stalogy for personal. Now this is a big chunky thing, okay? I am, or was thinking that I was going to carry this with me. I do have to be away this weekend. And I'm not sure because it's heavy. I am flying. It's a lot. But I didn't have it with me when I was away last week for work, and I missed having my planner with me. Like, I was thinking, I was trying to remember certain dates that I had to do something, and I didn't have it with me. Now, I thought to myself as I'm preparing for the trip this weekend, besides the possibility of maybe carrying the standard, or maybe carrying the B6, I also need to probably consider digital planning. Now, I don't not like digital planning, but I find that there's nothing to writing on the paper. I just have a hard time writing on in my phone or my iPad, which I didn't bring in here with me. I have an iPad, I have the pencil, and I have even one time downloaded a digital planner, and I love the way it worked, how you can just tap it and it goes from the monthly to that weekly to the daily. Love that. But I just have a hard time just writing on it. But I may download another for this year because they're not like, I can get one for not super duper expensive, and I'm not as creative as Annie planning Annie, like to actually create my own. But I do use my let me see, the calendar here, the Google Calendar. I do use that, like if I'm standing somewhere and I want to book an appointment, I use my calendar. I also like the alert to remind me, hey, tomorrow you have that appointment that you set 3 months ago, that you might not remember about now. And even when you get home, you might want to look at anything that you put in here to put in the paper planner, because looking at it on the regular in my planner helps me also to remember about that appointment. But I just, like I said, struggle with writing with my Apple Pencil and using that on the regular. I love the paper planning, I love the creative and decorative planning, but I'm considering doing some digital as well, so that when I am away, I can bring something smaller with me, maybe something like this. And this, because I'm not using it during the regular week, wouldn't have all my appointments and stuff in it, but I can use it to write down for what's going on then, because I am a to-doer. I do like to write down what I did each day, not so much in a journal format, but just like what happened through the day. And also I would have my weekly with me, because I would maybe be away on a weekend or during a week, so I would have the weekly with me. And the monthly probably is what would do me the least good, because I would not have had filled in future stuff in this planner, because it's not what I regularly use. But it could probably get me through having something paper and pen when I'm away, and then I would have my digital planner for the future planning if I could keep all that in there. So I'm trying to kind of sort that out and figure out how I would do that. But the Stalogy right now is my pen and paper for my personal notebook planner, and this is like what I do. I love to set this up. I maybe don't need all this space except for the decorative element. I really love decorating this A5 planner. It's just right in a sense that it's not too big. For me, I can carry this to work because I do use a rolling work bag, and I like having my to-dos, or when I think of a to-do, I have a place to write it down that's separate from work. I've never liked mixing it with work. I've tried it before, and I prefer to keep it separate. And then this is just for me to note what I did. I tried different sizes. Like this is only a quarter of a page, right, for each day, because I'm finding sometimes, especially if I know I'm not going to be that busy or don't anticipate a lot of things going on that week, I can just save space, make a creative decoration, and still have a place to write down what happens for the week. And I then, because it's not pre-set up, if I need to daily log, like if I need more space on Monday or Tuesday, I could go back here and still write, and then when I'm done with the week, go to the next page to set up for the next week. So yeah, I'm not really sure, like I said, if I want to take this with me. It has a lot going on, but I really love it. Haven't been able to let it go for something smaller like the B6 for some reason, because I do love that planner, but this just has been my preference. Okay, and this is what I mean by putting the book in the cover. This is a Lauren Phelps design cover with the sparkles here, and I just cut some paper and put it inside, and that's my cover. I love this. I'm kind of using two covers at once. This is a Kikuyo cover, which I kind of made work inside this Notique cover because it has this. And if you watch other videos, you've seen this before. But I love this. I have back here a monthly. Okay. It's sometimes it gets mixed with work stuff too, but mostly it's personal stuff. Like I definitely don't put the personal stuff on my work planner, although I may put some work stuff, like where I'm going to be. If I'm doing a class, I'm going to be somewhere different, so then I'll write that there. So I love having that back here. Then I have this, which is just another dot grid notebook, which I really use for brain dump. Okay, so that is, and then I have a place with two pens. I love, this is my favorite type of pen. There's other pens that I know write beautifully. Some people are like really into pens. I'm not hugely into pens because I love this Frixion pen because it's erasable. And that's the bottom line, folks. I need to be able to erase because I easily can make mistakes. I love the finer one. I think this is a 0.5. And I also have ones that I write with that are the individual colors that are, these are 0.7, I believe, yes. So I have those. And then this is kind of for decoration, is this Villa Beautiful pen. I think it's Villa Beautiful. Yep, Villa Beautiful pen, which is really beautiful. And matches here, and it just gives me another pen to write with. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit more confident about what I'm doing, I will go ahead and use that pen instead. But this is what I use for my personal, which I've shown before, but I'm just kind of going over it because it shows that these are the things that I have settled on to use. Definitely feel really good in my Hobonichi for my prayer journal. Showing this many times before, so just quickly I'll show you. This is June. I used the monthly to write down what the verse of the day was, and then I actually write the verse of the day out here. And so you see I changed the layout in the weekly. I've done it this way, I've done it this way, and I've done it this way. Okay, so I love doing that. I love decorating it. I was so thrilled to have found a place, something to do with my Hobonichi, because it was a lot for a planner. Like having the whole page was a little bit much for me. for work or for personal, and that's why I had really loved this idea to cut it down. But to use the whole book, I am glad to have found this. I typically will set up on the monthly page something for the month. This is April, it's Easter. And then one of the things that happened was I didn't want to take this book with me when I was away. And so pages... Okay, I lost you for a second there. The camera stopped. Not really sure where exactly I was. It looks like I was to this page or getting to this page. And I was telling you about the days that I miss in here because I would leave this at home when I travel, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the empty pages. Like, for instance, this page, June 1st, was blank because I guess I was away and left it home. And yeah, see, I was away these few days, right? This was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so what I decided to do, I used to get discouraged trying to fill it in, trying to go back and write. I decided that I would just use these pages just to decorate, and I would put some prayers down, maybe that I read, or just any motivational or spiritual thing that I read in a devotional, or a prayer in one of my many books that I have that I wanted, that just really resonated with me. Like this prayer was from Uverse, and I wrote this down here and just decorated this is the June monthly page, and I just love the way that came out. I love having kept this prayer because I do flip back through here, and I love that I did that. And then here I just simply decorated. I found some new stickers. This is a digital that I printed out, and I just love them, and so I love making this spread. I'm thinking about, though, going ahead and carrying with me. I think I'm gonna do that this trip, and I actually did it last trip as well, and I did like being able to just stay in my same routine in the mornings, just getting up and spending some time with the Word, with God, and writing in my prayer journal. And it just felt more like it kept me on my regular routine, and I didn't feel like I missed that time. Even though when I didn't carry with me, I still would take the time to pray. I just wasn't able to write, or I didn't want to really write it somewhere else and then just have those few days in something else and not in here. So I did decide this is not too bulky. It's, you know, gotten bulkier now because it's almost the end of its, no, it's almost full, but this does zip up, and this is a gallon leather cover, and I did at one time get a little discouraged. I didn't think I would have something to use it for, because what I got it for, it didn't, you know, it wasn't that great for what I initially got it for. It does get caught like right here sometimes. Okay, so you see that could get to be a little issue. It's not that big of a deal. But the pens, but if you put the pens in here, then it really tends to bulk it up. But with just this Avec in here, it just seemed to work, and I like keeping these pens because I will write in different colors in here. Oh, this purple one goes back in here. And I don't really use the card slots because I don't really have anything to use them for right at the moment. As a matter of fact, I need to put my clips back in here. Okay, so this is this week, and I usually just use this Ollie clip. It actually works with that much paper. That's a lot. Then I have this really big one that I use to bring me to the month of June, so that I don't have that many more pages to flip, or I keep this in here as well because it's getting a little harder to write on as it gets filled up. Okay, so that's for this week. That's this week's layout. And like I said, I do change this, so that doing that in here is going to be probably a little easier. I don't have to cover up the dates. I've put washi tape here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using this for the second half. And then I probably, like I said, will cut the Hobonichi down to standard size. And I may use that for travel. Okay, so the one place that I am kind of stuck at is with my personal journaling. And oh, I'm just going to quickly show you these stickers that I found on Etsy, just flipping through, because I wanted something for my journaling, that was more than just verses or sayings, but like pictures that kind of related to spiritual things, like pictures of the Bible, and again, that's the Bible, some tabs, and I love like this, like reading. It could be just a regular book, but in context it could be reading her Bible, the actual Bible, different books. I just wanted something besides just the verses, which I was getting in a lot of my other planner, other sticker books. But I did find a new one, which I'm going to show you in a second, that has some other things as well. So I just wanted some other decor, I guess you could say. And this is from Grace and Stardust, and that is on Etsy. Okay, so I love those. Just got a few of those, and I printed out some digital things as well that you saw in the book. I'm not going to pull those out right now because I printed them and cut them because I didn't use my Cricut. I don't know that it comes with that file, that came with the file to use or not, but anyway, I fussy cut it. I fussy cut them. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is blowing up all over, so I'm sure you've seen a flip through, but this is Call of a Plan, Faith Basics, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I just did love the fact that there were other pictures in here and decor besides the Bible verses, which she gives you plenty of verses. And I love the color, I love the size, we love her handwriting, we got some florals, but I love the decor because I wanted something else to go in my prayer journal besides just the verses, because I'm already writing verses down in there each day. So I love that I was able to get this. But like I said, the one place that I'm hitting the issue with is my standard size, because I just haven't been keeping up with it. Like, I love this. I will continue to try to do this, which is just setting up on the standard page, breaking it into 3, my sleep, what I ate, how I'm physically feeling that day. I just got to get back to using it. I think this is something small enough too that I can carry it with me, that maybe I could put this and the standard size together and carry that with me. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of working my way through that and trying to figure it out, and it's like hit or miss. Like, do things and see if it works is really what it is. This, again, I've shown this before, is the monthly Traveler's Notebook insert, and I was trying to use this to keep track of when did I last. I'm trying to find the month. It hasn't been that successful. I mean, I only just started doing it. I set it up, and then I wrote when I went to the chiropractor, my nails and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just haven't been reaching for it. Like I'll even think, oh, I need to write that down. You know, I went got my nails done, or I got a pedicure. I need to write that down, but I haven't. Not always. And then I was using the Stalogy that I cut down to standard size for my journaling, and I just haven't been picking it up. Like, you know, you could see I have journaled some for the year, but I just haven't been using it on the regular. I think it's because, like I said, in the morning I write in my prayer journal, and then I think I'm like good for the moment, not feeling like I really want to write something, or like I've used up my time for the morning and gotta move on to the next thing, getting ready for work. And then it'd be ideal if I would feel like writing in it when I come home, but typically I don't. So yeah, I've been kind of struggling with that. I did come to the conclusion that, if you might have seen another video, that Saturday morning is a great time for me to journal. And I have this large, or I think this is the extra large Cathier, I think that's how you say it, probably saying it wrong, Moleskine notebook. And I did kind of set this up or decorate this with the intention of doing some kind of like maybe art journaling type of thing, just writing wherever. I've now considered that maybe I would divide this up or do a layout, a weekly layout, and I may write in here one day in the week. I'm sorry, I feel like my lighting is off, and well, yeah, okay, hopefully you can see okay. And I could set this up like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like maybe a vertical, horizontal, and then if I did write Monday, fine. If I don't, fine. And then at the end of the week I can fill it in. So I'm not really sure, like, if you've seen the video prior to this, you know I am really playing around with this idea. I haven't hit anything yet. Not super worried about it either. I have learned that like with the Hobonichi, I tried so many different times, so many different ways to use it, and I really didn't want to let it go and not use it. But I just you know, had to give up on using it for personal work. But then when it suddenly came to me how to use it for my prayer journal, I'm super happy with it. So I don't push myself. It, you know, will come how it needs to come eventually. Like, you know, eventually it'd be like I see other ideas that other creators are doing, or I don't know, suddenly something may hit me like, oh, I can use it this way, and then I'm thrilled. So I'm just going to just hold off, and I have it there if I do feel the need to write. I did also try this idea, and I'm not sure how this is going to be working out, which is using this classic, which I have this beautiful Notique again, classic cover, and I have plenty of classic inserts, plenty of discs. And so I took this and put this together, which this is the insert that I got from Jane's Agenda. And I like this because I can write the eat. I changed this, I think this is for working out and to make it for sleep, and then this would just be how I'm feeling. And so, and then I have the habits down here. So I kind of like that. I again, just like I showed you in the beginning, all these different things that I like but you can't exactly use, or you don't find yourself using every day. This is one of those things. I like it, but I just set it up recently. I've been away a couple times too since that time, so I haven't used it. Instead of using my setup in my journal, which I haven't used that either, so I just haven't been I haven't been doing what I need to do as far as documenting that. One other thing I thought of that I liked is that when I'm going away, I can just take these out and take them with me, and then I just have these. I could put these like in a folder, and then I just have something light with me that I can use to document what I'm eating and how I'm feeling. Just like I could easily carry the standard insert for that too. So I'm just not really sure yet. Just haven't landed on the perfect thing quite yet. And the same thing goes with back here. I have these inserts from Happy Planner box, and I thought this was good because it just gives a little space for each day and it's undated. So I might do this Monday and not do anything Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but then I could just come right back and write this, fill in the date and do Friday. So it does seem like an ideal thing for doing a little bit of journaling during the week. And so I may try to continue on with that, because it's just a brand new idea, which I think maybe I even just introduced in my last video. So I may still continue to try to do that since I really just haven't been on a regular, I haven't been here, been in and out, so I haven't been doing the regular daily routine. And I see my battery's trying to die, so let me just hurry up and finish up. The last thing I'll show you is that I did get this B5 Stalogy, and I thought that just like the extra large Moleskine, I could set this up weekly and do journaling in it. So because the battery's dying and I've went on long enough, I will say stay tuned for this in the next video. I hope you enjoyed all that I've shown you. I hope that you can kind of relate to having all these planners and slowly finding which ones work for which and not worrying about the ones that aren't working for anything in particular right now. Just keep planning. Just keep taking it out of your mind. De-stress. Put it down. Decorate if you'd like, because planning is therapeutic. This is Dr. J at the Therapy of Planning. Hit that subscribe button and stay with me for this journey. Give me a like if you've enjoyed this time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, tribe.